the Jurassic Park / World series ranking. So the films we have are Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park III, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So, starting off with number 5. Number 5 and 4 are difficult. Because I wasn't certain which one I preferred and which one I thought was weaker. But in the end, I decided to go with The Lost World Jurassic Park. Basically, Jurassic Park 3 is quicker, is more interesting, and has the least annoying kid. Whilst The Lost World Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park 2, well, it's got the most annoying kid, it's got the least interesting plot. Whilst Jeff Goldblum is good, he's probably not lead character material, at least same for his character. I think Dr. Grant as the lead character in the first film worked better, and he was better as a side character. And again, with Fallen Kingdom, he had a guest cameo appearance. He worked well with that, but I don't think him as a lead character, certainly not the lead character. Like I said, if he came back for the 6th film or the originally planned 4th one, I think he would have done better as kind of like the second main character in that originally planned 4th film than the number 1 character in the 2nd film. And if he comes back to the 6th one, he probably wouldn't be the number 1 main character unless Owen and Claire stop being the main characters and it goes back to Malcolm. So, I think Ian Malcolm works better as not the number 1 main character. I think he works maybe as a main character, but not the main character as the protagonist. So, but he's still a good character, and Goldblum does a good job. Besides that, Lost World isn't that brilliantly interesting. And at least until we get to San Francisco. It's also the longest of the 5 films. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's the longest of the 5 films by about a minute over Fallen Kingdom, which is over a minute over the first one, which is about a few minutes over the 4th one, and the 3rd one is actually quite short in comparison to the others. So, Lost World, it's not the best one, it's not the most interesting. It's alright, it gets the job done, but it's not great. Number 4, Jurassic Park III. Again, this one isn't as interesting nor that brilliant, however, it does feature the least annoying kid in the series, potentially. I mean, yeah, I'll go with that. At least annoying kid, and probably the most resourceful as well. It also sees the return of Dr. Grant, played by Sam Neill, and so in an hour and a half, it's just in and out. It's a bit, to be honest, it did drag a little bit for me, personally. Then again, so did Aliens vs Predator Requiem, despite being shorter and, to be honest, better than the first one. It still dragged quite a bit. And also For the Dark World, despite being the joint shortest MCU film, it did have some watches of it felt like it was dragging around the 40-50 minute mark. So, yeah, sometimes the shorter films aren't always that great and drag more than the longer films in their series. So, if previous or further films are, or other films in their series are shorter, like with Johnny English, the first one is quite short. That's nice and quick, and then the second one's a bit longer. Same happens there, and also How to Train Your Dragon, the second one's slightly longer than the first, and Paddington. They're all okay, because they're around a similar time, but with ones like Jurassic Park, AVP, and 4, Dark World, if their films are longer, then the short ones seem to be dragging more, and you get a bit more entertainment from the longer films, which is surprising. So, yeah, Jurassic Park 3 isn't that brilliantly written. I don't think it's also that greatly directed. Then again, Lost World is directed by Spielberg. I think I would prefer Spielberg's direction to Joe Johnston's. To be honest, now thinking about it, I actually feel really bad about putting a Spielberg film so low on a list. But don't worry, there's another Spielberg-directed Jurassic Park film coming up later on the list. But I think Spielberg is the better director, but I think Jurassic Park 3 is just overall the better film in comparison. So that was number 4. Number 3, this is where things get a bit interesting now, because we've now got the 2 new Jurassic World films and the original. And I think number 3 and 2 are also pretty difficult. It's ranking the 2 Jurassic World films together. And I'm going to go with... I'm debating whether to go with either the Jurassic World or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I don't know which one I'll get more hate for liking more. I'm going to go with number 3 can be... I'm going to go with Fallen Kingdom, but at the same time I feel like I should go with the first one. First Jurassic World. I'm going to go with Jurassic World. So, number 3, Jurassic World. Watching this one and number 2, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, back to back, more or less, not at the same time, no, but like within a day or 2 days back to back kind of thing, one day, one the other. As well as a third watching of it. I really enjoyed this third rewatch, and I thought it was really good and really enjoyable. I just think Fallen Kingdom may have been a little bit more better in the story, right? I think Fallen Kingdom has a better story than this one. But in all honesty, this one is also a really good film. I think it's back to form after 2 and 3. I mean, you've heard of the Back to the Future trilogy, I'm sure. That's considered one of the best trilogies of all time, because even though number 2 is not particularly a fan favourite, it's still a very good film. And number 3 is also really good, but number 1 is a masterpiece. With Jurassic Park, it didn't quite turn out as well. Number 2 was a bit of a slip-up, but it was a bit more slippy-uppy, despite Spielberg directing. And number 3 didn't exactly do any better. A little bit, but not much. So, no wonder, I guess that's why they scrapped the 4th film with Dr. Grant and Ian Malcolm afterwards. Otherwise, that would have come out in 2005. 10 years after its original release date, Jurassic Park IV, Jurassic World, was released with new characters, played by Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, respectively. Although Dr. Wu did return, thank goodness. And yeah, I think it's a really good return to form. It's definitely reminiscent of that of the first film, and does some really great stuff with the concept of a theme park, before throwing all of that away once you put it into jeopardy. I don't mind that, because it's putting the big giant new dinosaur trying to eat everybody. So that's a new take, how they got the park running, but now it's completely under threat. They're going to have to evacuate. It will never reopen. It's basically a survival story towards the end, and also has some... This one has also got some horror moments, I suppose, as does Fallen Kingdom, to be honest. So that's all really good. So that's my number 3, Jurassic World. Definitely better than numbers 2 and 3. Number 2... And I was debating whether to put this one above Jurassic World or underneath it, or to go to joint. I've decided to hell with it, because it's got the better story. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The current latest instalment, and the 2nd/5th overall. Yeah, I just think it's got better writing than the... a better story than the third one, as much as that was great. As great as that was, I think this one was great. Just done the review of it, so you should know some of my thoughts on this, so it won't be too long. But Yeah, I just think the story is a bit better than Jurassic World, but they're both equally as best. They're both brilliant in their own rights. They're definitely returns to form to the series after the disappointing second and third entries. However, there is one instalment of the film series which is just near perfect, because it has a really good story. It captures some really good moments. It has some really good moments. It catches the character dynamics, and it's really well made. And also the pacing is very good, and keeping the suspense. And yeah, it's an all-around great instalment, and probably one of a really great great note in film. And that film is number 1, Jurassic Park, the original, the first entry. As I've just mentioned, it's a great film, and it's a great footnote in film history. It's really great. I mean, Jurassic Park 3 isn't going to be making a stomp. Jurassic World might, but not 3 or Lost World. Maybe not even Fallen Kingdom, but certainly the first one. And as I mentioned, there is another Spielberg film on this list that is better than The Lost World, and it's this one. Yeah, definitely a great instalment by Spielberg. I don't know if it's one of my favourites. Might be. Yeah, I haven't seen too many of his. I've seen a few. I'm trying to see a few more. But yeah, this has got great characters, great performances, great direction, great execution, and it's just brilliant. And also the dinosaurs are probably at their best in this one as well. And who can forget the moment where the motherfucking T-Rex comes in and saves the day again? They tried to do it again with the 4th film, basically, except this time instead of fighting the raptors, it was teaming up with the raptors to fight the new threat. So that was good. Yeah, so that's the list. So to remind you, number 5 was The Lost World Jurassic Park. Number 4 was Jurassic Park 3. Number 3 was Jurassic World. Number 2 was Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Although those last two could possibly switch, and the former two could also kind of switch, depending on rewatches and future opinion. But number 1 will always be the first Jurassic Park film. So, like I said, the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, they could swap places to be 4th and 5th, and Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, they could also swap 3rd and 2nd places. And number 1 will always be Jurassic Park, at least until the next one comes along, in which case we'll see about that. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was put into the same predicament as Fallen Kingdom, where it's fighting with the first Jurassic World to being 2nd place, and the 3 have to work their way out around the middle between the first one and between the other 2. So that's it for my Jurassic Park film ranking, and the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.